Well, hello, your backup plan tribe. Yay, we're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. I always seem to sing. I don't know why. Let's not sing so much, huh? Next time. So, how's everybody? Today is Thursday. I can take my glasses off now. Oh, geez. What a mess of a day today. It's going crazy, isn't it? Well, today is another broadcast that we did for a podcast. For anybody listening out there, it was a fantastic, and Martin Jongejan was absolutely wonderful. Can I say that? Wonderful? Can I say that it's, it was good. Has anyone out there watched or listened? I should say listened to the podcast. It's amazing. And to be in a car accident like myself, and then having had his story about his motorcycle accident was simply amazing. And for anybody that hasn't listened to it, it will be in the description box down below for you to listen on iTunes or on Spotify or on 8 different channels. Hey, I got it right this time. Yay. Okay, guys, this is it. This is the story. It's a fantastic story. So for those that are new here, my name is Tina Olexa, and I am an emergency preparedness coach, a best-selling author, that's a full mouthful, a financial expert, and an app developer of Your Backup Plan app. And I'm in Vancouver, BC, and as you can see, it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here, and it's already dark. Craziness. But we are in November, so, you can expect product reviews and workshops and tutorials and tips and tricks from every single interviewer that I interview. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, we have on our channel every week, we have real life people with their real life stories. So don't miss it, because every week is different. And so if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe down here somewhere, and click on the subscribe button and tap on the bell so you get notifications. And one thing that, we can all count on in COVID is that it changed our lives. And I just want to talk about having the need to wake up, because COVID did wake us all up. We need to see our plans in life. It woke us up to say, hey, what do I do for a job? Should I change my job? Should I change my health, my exercise routine? It did a whole number on everybody in the whole wide world, actually. And to work out a plan for you, because it's important in life. And we learned in COVID this year, 2020, to understand the most valuable things we have. Imagine that. Were we too busy before? Were we not paying any attention to, what we actually had in our life? Because we understand that we had to learn to understand the most valuable things that we have in life. And what are they? Our health, our family, and our friends, and of course our community. And that all, we had to look at this for the whole year. I have my notes. So I want to have a little shout out for COVID, because we should wear our masks. Don't forget, because where I'm living right now, is one of the worst locations in British Columbia, Canada, for COVID, for the rise and increase of COVID cases. So if you're in that area too, you should definitely make sure that you don't mess up on washing your hands, wearing gloves and masks, and staying out of big groups. Because I want to have a shout out for all those healthcare workers, emergency workers, store workers, the mail workers, the trash workers, all those people that we take for granted every single day. And those kept us going when we didn't know what was coming next. So I think we woke up a little bit, and we have to look at ourselves and the way that we're living. And I think it's time that, why do you need to have an incident have happened to you in your life to recognize the importance of all of those different things in your life? Your family. I've had multiple clients of mine say, I can't believe the time that I've had with my kids. I would have never had that opportunity if I went to work, in an office setting every day. So there are pros and cons to us having these changes in our life. And see what I'm working on? Yes, my next workshop for you guys. So it's getting there. It's kind of a mess, as you can see, all these. Yes, I'm going to teach you guys a few things, right? So our topic today was a motorcycle accident inspiration from Martin. And my quote for today is, from every wound, there is a scar, and every scar tells a story that says, I survived. And this is from Craig Scott. So just when we think we have a life that is full of, busyness, working, holidays, great relationships, fun times, and a career that's full of possibilities, we have a life-altering event that sometimes takes our life or sometimes alters our life forever. And that's what we're going to talk about today, was the interview we had with Martin Jongejan. And he actually has a company now in Langley that's called Zoom Cleaning Experts. And he created this after all is said and done. It's, I think, 12 years now. So his story is incredible. You really need to listen to it if you haven't. It's a story of uplifting, inspirational, motivational, all of those words, all of them. Because he thought he had it all, just like all of us. We all think we're Superman, and we're not. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. And it doesn't matter what your age is or what your color of your skin is. It doesn't matter. Because his story tells us about how he had a nice home, a marriage, a career that was fulfilling. He was a photographer. He had a great bunch of friends around him, but in the blink of an eye, his pathway changed forever. And it's really a great story about how he had to overcome the recovery part. Many things in life, whether it's divorce or separation or a car accident or cancer or having a stroke, it's a change. It's a life-altering event, and you never know when it's going to happen. And many things occur in our life that really, gave Martin and us an aha moment. Because when he woke up from the hospital and he lost his home, he lost his marriage, and he lost his career. That kind of puts you in a very dark place, because you have to wonder when you wake up. You wonder, what did happen? Where am I? What am I going to do now? And I know with my car accident, the first thing I did when I came to, I guess you could say, I thought, oh, am I still in one part? Am I still in one piece? Because everything hurts at that point when you get hit in a brick wall. And he really got hit. He got hit from a big truck from behind. So there was no niceness there at all. I can't say that there was any recovery not being done on his part. He had a long road, a long journey ahead of him. And it's not easy, because not only are you working on the parts of you that might be broken, injured, but once those things heal, you're still not really with it. And it becomes very difficult to overcome the depression that comes with it. You've got the physical rehabilitation and recovery, as well as the rehabilitation for your mind. Because let's face it, during COVID, this hasn't been easy for a lot of people with any mental illness. And having a concussion or a brain injury or a brain bleed, those are all big things that can trigger issues with coming out of that darkness. You are thrown into it. You really don't understand what happened, and you don't understand how you're going to recover, and you don't know what you're going to be capable of doing. Some people are, have to have a caregiver look after them, because it's impossible. The other thing is that sometimes you don't know what your concussion's going to do to you, or a brain injury. Are you going to be able to look after your day-to-day things? Go to the bank, pay a bill, all of those things that we take for granted. I still remember, just even putting on pants or putting your socks on, or I think the worst thing for women is putting your bra on when your ribs and your shoulders hurt. But all of those little things have an effect on your recovery. And it takes a lot for us to try to get out of that recovery problem and start seeing the light, and start seeing, what can I do now? What can I have in my back pocket? What kind of life am I having, after losing your home and living out of your car? That's a big turnaround for you. Very life-changing. So after pain, he had a difficult time. But if you were single and you had an accident, let me tell you, how would anyone get into your home? Do you have an extra key out there for anybody? Do you have a list of bills that need to be paid, and how that should be paid? Because the bank for your mortgage is not going to wait for you to get out of the hospital. The hydro company is not going to wait for you to get out of the hospital. Hey, ladies meeting, welcome. Yes, it has been so long. And if anybody is live on here and want to ask a question, please feel free to ask, or in comments as well. Because, how does anyone pay your bills? If you have your access through your passwords, and everything's digital now, you don't get any mail coming to you in the mailbox or in your mail slot. You don't get those kind of bills anymore. And we really need where the app, your backup plan app, will create those lists for you to be able to share with someone that you trust, love, and have a relationship with, depending on who that guest is that you choose. But it's really, really important that you know that your bills are all going to be taken care of, so that when you come out of the hospital, you will then be able to have your lights on, have your TV on, play the radio, have heat. Imagine that. But there are so many people that have struggled after something like this, have lost their home, and that there's really no need for it if you go down that road with me and get better prepared. So, not having a will, not having a power of attorney, not having a living will, those are all issues that if something had happened in some increment, you would not be able to do anything about your family. It takes a long time to get through the system to get a power of attorney when you haven't done one before anything's wrong. So it's not a time to wait for that. It's a time to do it before anything happens. So if you're thinking, like I get a lot of people saying, it's bad luck if you do a will, if it's bad luck if you do all that stuff beforehand. No, it's not. It's bad luck if you don't. It's bad luck if you don't plan, because we plan for everything in our lives. We plan, sometimes we back up our computers. Some people do, and if they don't, they've probably had an incident where they finally realized that they need to. We need to back up our life. And that's what I'm all about here, backing up your life. Because it's really important that we have everything put in it. What happens if something happened, like his motorcycle accident, when he went out one day, said goodbye, and everything changed in a split second? So, I think Martin actually mentioned a few things about how he dove into reading some really good books. He mentioned the book called Servant Leadership by Robert Greenleaf. It's also on my blog if anybody wants the link. Because he felt that he needed to find a new career that enabled him to have an income even if he wasn't able to work, physically work. If he could sit in a wheelchair, if he wasn't feeling very good that day, he could still get his team out to clean homes. He started a cleaning company, and he hired women and women that mean a lot to him. Women that built his team up for him. He built a team that he cares about, and they care for him. What am I going to cry for? It's a happy story, honestly, but it's a sad story. Parts of it, anyways. So his 12-year life, he lost his home, he became homeless, he moved in with a few other guys, and then he came to the conclusion that he needed to find something that he could work on, that he could have other people working for him, and he could run the operation. But you have to have that support around you. You need that support of either you getting through the physical portion and the mental portion, because you need to get strong. I remember people saying to me, "Oh, you're such a strong person, Tina, you're going to get through this." And I didn't really like it when they said that, because I thought, I'm not strong. That's the first thing you think of. I'm not strong. I don't know if I have the strength in me. And I'm sure everybody thinks that when they're put in that kind of situation where, you feel like you hit a brick wall and you literally did. So it was 12 years ago. He struck on his motorcycle on the highway from a truck from behind. He woke up and he had multiple significant physical injuries. He lost his business, lost his marriage, lost his home. He said dark days turn into dark weeks and then dark months, and it's so hard to get out of those dark moments because you feel alone. He moved into a rooming home. He fit everything that he owned into his Ford Taurus, and he said it was one of the darkest chapters in his life. But in retrospect, he said the accident was actually the best thing that ever happened to him, because I don't know why it is, but we always seem to appreciate and feel gratification for those things that we have in our lives after some tragedy hits us. We can actually, just like COVID has, it's kind of hit us in the top of the head and said, hey, you have to stay away, you have to stay healthy, you have to find a way to work, you have to find a way for income, you have to find a new way of having a job, having a business that will work during any time. And he was very lucky. He built his cleaning company up, and he has quite a few employees now that depend on him. And it's part of that depending on that wakes you up in the morning, that makes you want to do things for your clients, that makes you want to be a better leader, that wants to make you be a better manager, that wants to be a better owner, that makes you want to be a better person. And it's unfortunate that we have to learn these lessons the hard way before we realize these things in our life. So I'm sharing that with you guys tonight to hopefully inspire anyone that might think that they're in a dark place or, have a mental problem over COVID. It hasn't been an easy time. I realize that. Everyone needs a hug. Everyone needs you to pick up the phone tonight and call someone that might be alone. Or if they're not alone, maybe they just need a hug over the phone. So if you could do that for anybody that you know in your life, that's a nice gesture. Okay, where are we at? Well, he mentioned that it was a blessing that he had this accident, but he was very grateful and he endured every day and he persevered, finding that inspiration for him. He's now remarried, a beautiful woman, and he has a home. He has a vehicle other than a Ford Taurus, and he has a great company with wonderful employees that work for him. And I understand he's a great, great leader. He's very caring. He wants the best for his employees. And he also mentioned that he is now giving to families in need. So if they think that they are going through some health problems or in a divorce or an issue, have a shout out to his company, Zoom Cleaning Experts, because he does try to include families in need, that he will go and do the cleaning of their home. And if you have anybody to share that you want to send his way in your area, in this area of Langley, please share that, because the women and the team and himself absolutely love helping people. So does it change us? It sure does. And it makes you realize that, a mental health issue during this time is important, and that, you have to take a little bit of more care in contacting people during this time. Maybe go for a coffee or, and stay your distance. But yeah, it's an incredible story of I can't really get into his passion because it is absolutely beautiful. He has learned a lot of being compassionate, um, trusting people, doing the best that he can do, as well as being an owner of a business. And I think, if anything, for anybody out there, be the best that you can be. Help those that need help during this time. We're going to get into the Christmas time, the holidays, and it's going to be really super important to start your plan. And with your backup plan, we will have a blueprint program that's going to enable you to have a worksheet, create a family meeting if you want. It will guide you through the whole process of getting your documents ready, a step-by-step videos where you can sit at the beach, out on the patio, sitting by your fireplace, sit in your office, and listen to a few videos to get you better prepared. Because I don't think people really understand why they have to. The common things, there's probably 60 to 70% of people that don't even have a will or a power of attorney. That's a huge number. And we did do a podcast and a video of why you should have a will and a power of attorney and a living will done. So if you haven't heard that one, please go to the video selection as well as the podcast, because there is some really good information about why you should. We talk about it in our workshop program as well, why you need to do it, what's the best way, how to create it for yourself, possibly by doing some of the questions. It helps you save a little bit of money and time with your lawyer and notary that you pick. So yeah, there are so many possibilities out there for us to be better prepared for an incident such as a car accident, and in Martin's case, a motorcycle accident. So I just wanted to get on here tonight and try to help you understand the real need, because we don't know when something might happen to us. And it's super, super important for you as well as those that you love. And your backup plan app is not for just if you pass away. It's for example, with Martin, if he had been in the hospital for more than 3 or 4 weeks, who's going to pay his bills? And how does someone pay his bills? So those things are super important. I was going to say super duper. I guess they are super duper important. And I think it's really important that, we take time to remember that we need to be prepared, as well as those around us, whether it's your parents, whether it's your sister and brother. You can share the videos. You can share what you're learning, what you're listening to. You can start broadening out those possibilities for you, because it's really important that not only are you prepared, but those around you are prepared. And our real life stories, talk about those that executors, people that family members have to go to and try and find all of those documents. And believe me, they're everywhere in people's houses. They are, in drawers in the kitchen, to closets, to safes, to filing cabinets, to garbage cans. Yes, garbage cans. One of the podcasts in the earlier first month of, I believe it was September, there's a story of Shannon, who talks about her dad passing away and how she found things in the garbage can. You don't know, or put in the midst of newspapers. All of those things, it's super important that we get better prepared. And I'm here to help you guys get better prepared. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, please do. It's on 8 different platforms. Please subscribe down there somewhere. I'm not sure where. On Instagram, I'm not sure where that is. But on YouTube, it's down here somewhere. Like and subscribe and tick on, there's a little tiny bell. I said that to my sister the other day. I said, just tick on the bell because then you get notified. She says, what's the bell? I thought everyone knew what the bell was. So on YouTube, right beside the red subscribe button, once you push it, it changes color. And there's a little bell that you can get. When you push on it, it will notify you when the next live videos are up, as well as any videos that we upload. So I don't know how to tell you guys any differently, because it's a true story of how someone, took 12 years to be in a better place, and he's in a really great place now. A super company, a super wife, a happy marriage, and a wonderful home, and a car that isn't a Ford Taurus. Nothing against a Ford Taurus, but I think he had it with that car at that point in time. So please remember that being prepared, when you think you are, you're probably not. So please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and come out next week for our live video. And our podcast is every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And our workshops, our membership program, will be available by the end of November. So if you would like to join, we will have links to all of those as well very, very soon. So for tonight, I'm so happy that everyone came out tonight to listen. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a comment or an email. For those that want to call me or text me, please go ahead. It's fine. And I'm here for you guys. I'm really here to help you understand the importance. And we haven't even touched on the digital component of our lives now. Everything is on the computer. Everything. Your bank accounts are on the computer. Your banking is on the computer. Your bills are all on the computer. And if someone can't get into your computer, or someone doesn't know your passwords, or someone doesn't know what bills you have, it's an impossibility. It's a pain to try to figure that out. So feel free to check us out. Check out our podcast of our story every week. And I'm so happy to have you guys here this week. And I want to send out my love and send out lots of light to everyone, everywhere, because, I have people watching from all over the world, and everything is the same for everywhere. Everybody is not prepared. It doesn't matter what country you live in. We just have a few different documents that are needed. And in the workshop program that we are going to be having, we will have possibilities of sections for UK, sections for Australia, sections for US, sections for Canada, sections for all of the major countries around, where if I say, you need a will, a living will, and a power of attorney, what does that look like in those other countries? And that's what we will be working towards. So I'm so happy to extend my love out to everyone tonight. And I hope you enjoyed our quick little live broadcast tonight on an exceptional, powerful, inspirational survivor of a motorcycle accident that I can't tell you anymore. It makes me cry just listening to it, because I feel his pain. I feel his passion, and his incredible journey is very, very powerful for all of us, especially during this time of COVID and the pandemic. So if anybody would like to reach out, our blog will be posted every Monday and our podcast is every Tuesday. So I send you love and wishes for a great week. Till next week, I say, wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming out.